Hi guys, it's Marie here from Just Add Books. This is literally the 4th time that I have done this video because I don't know how to use a webcam and I'm an idiot. So it's been a while since I did, thanks random passing siren, a readathon vlog. It's been about 3 years and I thought, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cut my head off because I'm on, oh that's better, look at that, there we go. I'm recording this on YouTube because let's not go into it. Anyway, the readathon is this weekend, and I signed up to read and to cheer, but I'm probably going to end up doing more cheering because I think there's about 70 cheerleaders to about 800 readers, which is a little to a lot. So if you ever think that you don't have time for the readathon, you probably could, you could pitch in a little bit with some cheering. I mean, cheerleaders are always needed, always welcome. I know that much from the times I've done it. And then you get put into a team with a bunch of other lovely cheerleaders, yes. And you go around a set list of blogs and just offer encouragement and wave your pom-poms metaphorically and then go back to doing whatever you were doing before. It's always a bit of a disaster for me when I read and cheer at the same time. So I'm just trying to, you'll have to excuse me, I'm literally kneeling on the floor and my leg's killing me. Oh, just a little bit of a stretch. Because if I sit on the bed, this is what you get. Yeah, see? Boobs. And it's not that kind of a blog. Not that boobs aren't awesome, but it's not that kind of a blog. Doctor Who t-shirt, keep calm and don't blink. And now is the bit where I tell myself I don't need to look around for weeping angels because there are none behind me. Anyway, onto the box. I sort of compiled a list of possibles and probables. My intention is that I will probably end up only reading 1, maybe 2. And since I've been battling with this all day, this is what I've got on the go at the moment. Tiger Lily by Jodie Lynn Anderson, which is set in Neverland, and it's narrated by Tinkerbell, and the main character is Tiger Lily, who was a minor character in the Peter Pan novel by J.M. Barrie, and it's quite good. And my plan is to finish that before I start reading for readathon, and then going on and reading for readathon, obviously. I should explain, for those of you who haven't played along before, I live in New Zealand, which means my time zone is the worst. I live in the best country, clearly, because I live in Middle Earth, but my time zone is terrible. And, yeah, so the readathon for me starts at 1 o'clock in the morning, which is past my bedtime, really. But, so what I'm going to do is once Patrick's on to bed tonight, for those playing along, that's my 7-year-old son, I'm going to pick a book, park up, read for a while. My plan is to read until the readathon officially starts. Get on Twitter, get on the blogs, do a little bit of cheering. I would really like being there for the first hour when it all kicks off. It's fun. And do the, the introductory meme and then get some sleep. And then tomorrow, my plan is to spend the bulk of the day hopefully doing more cheering and probably being on Twitter quite a bit because that's what I usually do. And then tomorrow night I'll do some more reading, but I'll have to bail a couple of hours early because I've got work on Monday morning, sadly, so I can't stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning anymore. Sad, isn't it? Anyway, so the books. So I've got a list of possibles and probables, and these are the possibles. The first one is Orlando by Virginia Woolf. Excuse me. And I read Mrs. Dalloway a few years ago and absolutely loved it, so this has been on my radar for a while. But it's a possible because I imagine it's quite sort of complex and dense and would need quite a level of concentration that I might necessarily have. I'm stretching my legs again. You could stretch with me. Blogger size. I'm kidding. Another possible, my second possible, I'm aware that I'm talking a little bit too fast. I'm sorry about that. I'll try and knock that on the head. Is Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. It's the only Jane Austen I haven't read, and I really enjoy Jane Austen. But it's a possible because for the same reason that Orlando is a possible. I have a feeling that it's a level of concentration I can't come up with today or tomorrow. But I'm going to put it on the TBR pile soon because I really do want to read it. And I really got like the cover. It's quite nice. Possibles. Oh no, those are the there it is. everything's kind of scattered, because I had it in a neat pile when I did the other one, and the other one didn't save, and so now I'm doing this. So this is another possible, and it's just a book I randomly picked off my shelf. It's Gateway by Sharon Shin, and I don't know very much about it, but it looks interesting, and it's short. Good things for readathon. Interesting, short, nice cover. So that's a possibility. And then the other possible is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This one is the trilogy in 4 parts, and I know it's not all of the parts, but I got it as a withdrawn book from the library, so it would have been like $1 or something. So plus, it's nice once in a while to revisit old friends, isn't it? Get back into the ridiculousness and the cleverness of it. He was a very clever man, Douglas Adams. Alright. My knees are killing me. But it's either this or the boob slide. No, I need to see the boob slide. Oh, gosh. Anyway, the first probable is Some Kind of Fairy Tale by Graham Joyce. He's one of my favourite authors, and he died a few weeks ago, so that was very sad. He's one of those authors that no one's ever heard of. You know what I mean? So whenever I see someone's read one of his books, I always sort of just about want to pounce on them and say, what did you think? Did you love it? Isn't he interesting? And he was very clever and very funny, and it's signed. Like, I got it from Book Depository, and they were signed by the author, so that's on the possibles. And if I pick this up, then that'll be my readathon book for the whole time, and that's fine. Yeah, I think he's the second author this year, because Gabriel Garcia Marquez died earlier this year, which was also very sad, although, I mean, he was in his 80s, but it was still sad. So, but if you like clever and weird little fantasy novels, that's what Graham Joyce wrote. And so, that's definitely on the possibles list. Also on the possibles list is The Assassin's Curse by Cassandra Rose Clarke, which I don't know very much about, but apparently it has lady pirates, and it's also short, so that's why it's on the possibles list. Also, it's due back at the library on Monday, which is why it's also on the possibles list. The last two on the possibles list are rereads. The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I've read this about, 3 times, I think? And it was either this or a reread of The Ocean at the End of the Lane, which I also love, but I've read that most recently. So that's why this is the possible. And I'm attracted to the idea of rereading this for readathon, actually, and just kind of tucking up on the couch and, you know, or in bed with some cats and just cozying in and visiting Bod and all the rest of them. I have a quote from the book on my blog, which I love. It always appealed to me. And my last book is actually either of these ones I could count for R.I.P., which I've sort of haven't done much with lately. I read And Then There Were None, which I never did a review or anything of, by Agatha Christie. So that's another possibility. But this is Elephants Can Remember. The only thing I know about it right now is, and I'm sure I've read it, is it's a Poirot novel. Every so often, and I don't know what it is, but my brain filters out the plot of Agatha Christie novels, which is quite nice, because it means I can go back and read them and then get shocked all over again when the reveal is made. I do have food. I have snacks. Most of them are in the fridge or the freezer because they're things like grapes and cheese, but there's awesome little cheese wedges from the Laughing Cow, and they're flavoured, and there's I think herb flavoured and pepper flavoured, like red pepper flavoured, and mushroom flavoured, although I'm not fussed on mushrooms. And I've got cheesecakes, but I've already eaten one of those because I like willpower. And I've got these. You can see that, charcoal chicken and herb chips. And I've got some dip in the fridge to go with those, so that'll be nice. And some crunchy M&Ms. So I'm probably going to keep it simple tonight. Maybe have some chips. I've got some Drake and Relish dip. Open that up. Open up the chips. Put some music on, maybe. Grab a can of Coke out the fridge. Yeah. I did say at the start of this that, I mean, I live in New Zealand, so I'm starting early. Like, the readathon starts at 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So I'll be there for the start, for the first hour, but then I'm going to go get some sleep. But I won't be reading by then because it'll be way too late. So, and then tomorrow I'll do some, you know, some cheering and a little bit more reading. So I'm just going to tuck up with a book tonight and just go for it and do my best. That's what you can really do. The readathon is meant to be fun. Like, it's fun and community building, because the part of the fun of it is going around and visiting new blogs and maybe meeting new people that you didn't know before. That's always cool. Always up meeting new people, new readers, especially. Yeah. So, you know, if you're around about 8:30 New Zealand time, hit me up. Just Ed Books is my blog name. That blogger, whatever it is, blogspot.com, I can't remember. And I'm Just Ed Books on Twitter as well. Come say hi. And happy reading. And hopefully, 4th time is the charm.